of you probably don't know that I'm back, but my name is Erin, for those of you who don't know me, which is probably the majority of you watching this. I've had this channel for about 4 years. I think I started in 2017, and I haven't uploaded since the summer going into 8th grade, and I am about to be a freshman in college. I decided, you know what, maybe I should pick things up again, and this time of year being the college application process for the class of 2022, I thought it was perfect to make this video to maybe help some of you guys out. If you're applying now, or if in the coming years you're pretty close to applying, hopefully you find these 10 tips that I have for you helpful. I am a college student, so I've been through the college application process myself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below, and also comment what other videos you want to see. I'm definitely going to make it a point to upload a lot more on this channel. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so I have my laptop here. I wrote down in my notes all the tips that I have. My first one is start as early as possible and do not wait on filling out your college applications. The college application process involves a lot of writing. Most schools use the common application, so create your account as soon as you can. And for the personal essay on the common application, I believe it'll give you like 8 different prompts, and you only need to choose one. The essay has to be 650 words or less. I would suggest you get as close to that word limit as possible. If you can get right on 650 words, that's amazing. For UC schools, they require 4 different personal essays, which all have to be 250 words or less. Some schools still have you apply like through the school's website. I personally didn't apply to any schools that had me do that. Mine was all through Common App and the UC portal. However, they're probably going to have you write a personal essay just for that school. It's really difficult to get good details of your story into a certain word limit, so a lot of times you're going to be writing and find yourself over. The writing of personal essays really takes a lot of editing, and you can easily spend like a month on your personal essays. It takes a long time. I would highly suggest you have people review your essays, have your teachers review your essays, your parents, your family, whoever, your friends, because it is a very meticulous thing. Plus, on top of personal essays, your schools that you apply to will most likely have specific questions for that school, and each ones have to be under 250 words. Some applications can be due anywhere from October to January, maybe February. It depends on the type of admission you're applying for. I would highly suggest you apply for early action. Early action is non-binding, which means if you get into the school, you do not have to say yes, versus early decision, if you get into the school, you do have to say yes. For schools that do have their applications due in October, that only gives you like a 2-month window to fill out your application. 2 months during the process really does fly by. I know it's stressful and you're probably dreading it, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run. Okay, my second tip, make a list of your dream, reach, target, and safety schools. Usually this list should comprise of around 10 schools. So your dream schools are the schools that you know are at the top of your list. They're your dream school. Your reach schools, those are schools that you should still apply to, something that is in your reach but still you probably / might not get into. Your target schools, those are schools that you can get into, that is around your range. You would definitely be a competitive applicant there. And your safety schools are schools you absolutely know that you can get into no problem. Have a list down and ready to go. Usually it's better if you create that before the college app process. However, doing it in the early stages of it is totally fine as well. My third tip, do not write what you think colleges want to hear. The college admission officers can see right through your words, whether you're being genuine or not. They don't want you to be this, pristine, polished, perfect person, because nobody's perfect, and they want to see that you are not perfect. Don't try to paint a picture that your life is super flawless and perfect and that you are the absolute ideal student that every school wants to have. You are unique in your own different way, and that's what you should really try to showcase in your applications, because that is what colleges want to see. Now, this is a big one. Do not let the possibility of getting rejected by a school prevent you from applying. Still apply to those dream schools, still apply to your reach schools, because you never know, you may get in. The college application decision process is sometimes just really random, and someone with a 3.5 GPA may get in over someone with a 4.8 GPA. So honestly, you never know. Don't let rejection prevent you from applying to a school that you really want to apply to. Honestly, in the application process, you're probably going to get more rejections than acceptances, so it's worth the risk, trust me. Now this, if you do need financial aid, because college is super expensive, there is something called the FAFSA. I will have the website name like right here. Fill that out as soon as you can, because you know you're gonna need like tax records, your parents' like IRS. That'll basically determine how much scholarships and grants and financial aid you are eligible to receive. On top of merit scholarships given by your school, filling out the FAFSA can also give you, you know, federal, state, government money to help you be able to afford the college you want to go to. So fill it out really soon. Now, during this application process, because it is so stressful and you do want to finish it as soon as possible, the longer you spend on it per day will definitely degrade the quality of your application. So I would say, you know, set a specific like amount of time per day that you want to spend on your college applications. For me, I made it like 6 hours a day. I would focus on the ones that had an earlier deadline, so like I did the ones that were in October 1st, and then November, and then December, and then January, February. Whether it's 6 hours a day, I would suggest not going over 6 hours a day unless you're applying to like 20 schools, maybe 8 hours a day. But don't do it like 8 hours at a time. Do it sporadically throughout the day, because you're gonna be pretty brain dead from writing. Give yourself some breaks, be easy on yourself. Don't spend, you know, all night and all day on your college applications. The stress is not worth it, because it's not as stressful as you may think, honestly. Now, quality over quantity. This is super applicable to the college app process. It's better to have, you know, 500 really meaningful, deep, personal words in your personal essay than hitting 650 or 250 right on. Just because they give you that word limit does not mean by any means that that is the amount of words you need to have a really good quality essay. Also, that does apply to the amount of hours. Sure, you could say theoretically that if you spend 10 hours a day on your application, it's going to turn out better. That's not necessarily true. The amount of time or the amount of words you put into your application matters way less than how solid and how strong you can convey yourself to be. My 8th tip: visit as many campuses as you can during the process. I'm sure you have probably visited some of the schools you're applying to before college apps, but visiting a campus and really seeing if you like it can make a huge impact on your decision. So I would highly recommend, if you are super interested in applying to a school, trying to visit it, especially now with the world opening up again. I would definitely recommend trying to visit as many campuses as you can, whether or not you're applying to them, because who knows, even if you never thought you would apply to it, once you visit the campus it may change your mind. So visit some campuses. Okay. Talk to friends or peers who attend the colleges or who have graduated from the colleges you're interested in applying to. This one is so unbelievably helpful when it comes to making a decision. I played volleyball with 3 people who are currently at the school I'm going to, and they all absolutely love it. And so I went to the campus, I absolutely loved it, and I'm super excited to go now. If you're a little unsure about the school, like you're kind of on the fence about applying, I would still say just apply, because why not? But if you know somebody that goes to that school, talk to them, and if they love it, it gives you some reassurance. The second most stressful thing is deciding what college you want to go to, unless it's like absolutely totally clear for you. And if you don't know somebody that goes to the school that you may want to ask questions about, if you have like a friend who can connect you with one of their friends that either went to the school or goes to the school currently, just have them connect you guys, and yeah, it's definitely very, very helpful. The last thing, kind of goes hand in hand with my third tip, which is don't write what you think colleges want to hear. But this last tip is the most important one. It is to be yourself. Like I said before, colleges don't want a perfect, polished student. They want you. They want to hear and they want to read what makes you you. Don't be afraid to showcase yourself. Don't be afraid to showcase your achievements, whether it's in a sport, in school, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to highlight that, because that has made you who you are. Be vulnerable. That is very hard, and I'm super aware, but the more vulnerable you are, the more that they'll get to see what kind of person you are. Character matters so much, so please don't be afraid to be yourself. The perfect application is one where you can showcase who you are effectively to college admissions officers, and the more vulnerable and raw you are with emotions and previous things that have happened to you and your accomplishments and just everything, the better. I can't stress that enough. Just be yourself, put yourself out there, and good things will happen. Alright, and with that wraps up my top 10 tips to applying to colleges. I understand this process is super stressful, especially when you don't really know how to navigate it or what to do, what order you should kind of tackle things in, because there is a lot of components that happen during this time. I've been in your shoes before. I understand completely, and that is why I just want to hopefully relieve some of your stress and help you get a sense of direction during this time. Class of 2022, I wish you the best of luck in your applications and in your outcomes. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Bye.